Hello and welcome back to Train Fever, where we are looking at our very first station and our very first train and our very first depot and our very first pretty much everything. Yeah, right after the introduction, this is the same train. However, the very sharp ones between you will have seen that we did make a small jump in time, because what I did is I've waited a little bit so that this train is almost ready to depart. Now what has happened in the meantime is that this forest over here is now producing a lot more. I think it was at like 11 or something. Right now it's at 18, and goods now come in pairs of 2 even. So yeah, this train is almost ready to leave, and then of course we are going to follow it to its destination and see how much money it's gonna make us. So there we go. Oh man, last goods, please come. Now I will enable the cargo view so that I can see the goods arriving. There they are. Oh, it's just a 1, or is it 2? No, I guess it's 1, but that doesn't matter. Now, this is of course nice and easy, you know, delivering wood to a sawmill, but we do need to expand our network, and we will, but only after we know how much a full train load will make us. I mean, I just want to know what's the profits gonna be. I'm also gonna open up this window so that we can see. Like, see, right now the waiting did cost us 40k already, so yeah, it would be perfect if this train line would make us more than 40k. Hopefully like double it, if not more. Oh yeah, I guess we can only hope, really. But yeah, the moment this enters, then the train will depart, and we will follow it. Now, hurry along. Oh, there it goes, there it goes. Right, we'll speed it along a little bit. Look at that, see? Those 4.75, those are waiting costs, but yeah. It will be more expensive when it's running, so look at this, see? Very quick acceleration, mega strong locomotive. Oh wow, look at that. And even faster. Down the track it goes. I mean, looking at it like this, the train is actually pretty dang fast, to be honest. I mean, just look at this, look at the smoke trail as well. Isn't that just awesome? And there it is already, our destination. Quite close by. Right, we'll go to normal speed. I mean, this is the speed at which it just goes regularly, which is a lot slower. Anyway, here we are now. You saw that? 11.3k. Those are the regular costs. Not really that much good, but... Now, seeing how we've just arrived, I want to know how much money you're gonna make. Come on, show me the green figures. Now, it's only 60k, so... That's no good. The good thing is, however, that right now, you know, all the way back over here, there will already be wood waiting. 5, in fact, the moment these two have entered. And then, well, there's a good chance that another 3 will be waiting there. And then the train will be pretty much instantly filled up the moment it arrives. Now, looking at it, oh, look at this upgrade, even scheduled in 11 months. Now this is important, because this means that after 11 months the limit on the production will go up. Now I know by how much. It will be doubled. Yes, 50. That's not to say that the production will end up at being 50, but the limit will definitely go up. There is, however, one catch to this, because, well, clearly, if this goes up, we need a bigger train. Right now, it will already be a close call as to whether or not this one is big enough, but with the new increased production capacity, it will most definitely be too small. Catch is, though, that if I were to enhance the capacity, add another wagon or 2, I'd have to send it to the depot, and the way it works currently, and I think that could use some improvement, is that right now this train is assigned to the Newtown wood line. If I were to send it to the depot, it is assigned to go to a depot, so it would move over here and this line would be unoccupied. At which point, this over here would change to no, because there's no train running it, so the line isn't in use by us, and thus the upgrade would be cancelled. So for the coming next 9 months, we have to keep this train running, regardless of whether or not it is big enough. Anyway, of course we will keep it running. I mean, why wouldn't we, right? Right now, there's waiting 7, 2 coming. Yeah, it's already too small, it can only carry 8. Yeah, well, I guess it's good for the profits though. I mean, just look at this. See, 20k in losses right now, but another 60 coming pretty much right after that. So, anyway, I mean, this is just step 1 in the big plan. We need to take more steps. Right now, we're bringing wood over here, and it is being sawn into, well, boxes, I guess, crates, suitcases, whatever they're supposed to be. They're things that need to be brought to town, to Newton le Willows, and we're gonna do that. Now, if we take the view of the land use, oh, and also the contour lines, I want to know that. We can, no, didn't want to close that. We can see that the industry is over here. Station needs to be over here then. Now, it's best to build it as central as possible, so I guess that this would be the ultimate place for our station. Which means that we would have a train line going like this. Just in a curve there, that's it. Right, well, if it's that simple, I guess we'll just make it happen now. I do have to keep in mind that we need to use the outer track, otherwise, yeah, issues. And then we need to start using signals and all that. And yeah, for now, we're gonna keep it really simple, just direct point-to-point connections. So yeah, let's get some building done, right? And yeah, I'll speed it up a bit so that we can get this done quick. Alright, well, I must say that this build was quite easy. The only, well, not so efficient section of the track is over here, where it has to make this relatively tight curve and then go up the hill. But all in all, I think that this is a pretty well laid track. They don't cost us that much. I mean, we only spent like 300 grand on it, so yeah, I guess that's pretty good. Now, what we need, of course, is the train. So we'll quickly set this up, and seeing how we know that the train over here is already too small, the production over here is, of course, linked. I mean, whenever this production goes up, so will this, because it will be demand based on what the, well, demand of the town is. So yeah, I think that right now what we would need over here is like 1 wagon more. So the train that we're gonna get over here is going to be 3 wagons. Now, what we need to do is we need to set up a line first, and yeah, look at this. I mean, 24 production, that's pretty good. So we're gonna get ourselves a new train line, and we need a longer train on it. Now, let's get this new line, and we are going towards this station there. And rather than calling it line 1, which actually isn't even line 1, it's line 2. But yeah, since we renamed it. Anyway, we're gonna call this Newton Goods. Look, being very, very original. Right, so now that we have that, time to get ourselves a train, and we'll close this view. Because, I mean, the colors are nice, but yeah, you know, it looks better like this. I don't think the game is bad looking or anything. It just, it looks nice. It's, I don't know, nothing looks the same really. The way they did that, as far as I can tell, is they just placed air conditioning units or whatever they are on different places of the buildings. So, yeah, I mean, it's easy to make everything look unique like that. But no, it's nice, it's nice. You know, I like these extra touches. Now we're gonna buy a train, which is still going to be this, and this goods wagon can, yeah, it's the same as the wood one, can only carry 4, so 3 of these is what we're gonna need. Then I will set you to the Newton goods, and yeah, it should be ready to roll right now. Now, of course, this one's going from this depot, so yeah, it needs to go all the way to the other end, and only then will it be able to load. However, I do think that the goods should already be going onto the new station, since it has a line available. Oh, one thing that we did forgot though, over here in the Newton goods, this is called sidings, is we need to take full load all. I don't want the wood to be loaded, or any. Actually, somebody did explain this, and in case you missed it, this just means that it will take a full load of any cargo. That means that, say for example, we were to have a multi-combination train, yeah, with like goods and passengers, for example. If any of these 2 cargo types fill up, then the train will depart. Whilst if we go to full load all, then it will wait for both the passengers and the goods to be filled up. At least that's the explanation that the you know, the one in the comments gave me. So I'm guessing it's true. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but yeah, I'm gonna take that as like how it works. Now then, oh, look at this small speed bump in there. It's actually quite nice, you know, following the terrain like that. And look at this. Newton wood line is already making a profit. I'm seeing green. Well, actually, they should be black figures, you know, like how it is in the real life. Black figures means a profit. But yeah, look at this. See, there's already goods waiting and more coming. And there is an upgrade schedule even. Wow, that's very good. Now, the one thing that I am curious to, of course, is A, what's your profit gonna be? But we won't be able to find out because you still got quite a bit of loading time to do. So what I want to know is over here, is this upgraded whilst we were building? Nah, it's still 6 months. Right, okay then. And how bad is it? There's 7 waiting, you are miles away, there's 2 coming. Yeah, once the train leaves, we might actually have 3 wood waiting. Yikes. Oh man, hurry the F up with the upgrade. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be following this train till it fills up, and then we're gonna watch how much profit it's gonna make us. So there we go. We'll look at its rear, and this lovely view, and I'll leave this here, and I'll speed up time a bit till we do have some profits. Wow, the whole town looks as if it is on fire. Though it's just the smoke from the chimneys, but wow, it really looks like we need to call 911 here, or 112, or whatever your local alarm number is, and yeah, call the fire department because things are going bad. Now, what's not going bad, of course, is our profits. Look at this, 47k. This one's already wildly profitable, and this one, I wanna know. I'm curious. 90k. Wow, on the very first run, you know, which always has a little bit of startup problems, of course, this is already pretty much insta profitable. That's cool, man. Good stuff. Now, as you can see, these are the goods we just moved, and if we click on this building, it shows the goods supply. And, well, you know, this is pretty much like the amount of goods we supply to it. So, at some point, you'll see a goods disappear. This one doesn't need any, but you'll see a goods disappear, and then that means that all of a sudden their supply has gone up. However, as you can see, the goods are moving through the streets at a snail's pace because I don't know who's carrying them, but say that they need to walk. What we could do, though I don't really see any point in that, but what we could do is move these goods by bus once again. Look, see, there it happened. Oh, this could actually use 2. I did saw another one disappear though, but I don't know really. Anyway, see, your goods are being distributed. At some point we might even want to go into buses, but for now I want to keep it to trains, and clearly we are making a profit, but it's not really that much, and the frequency at which loads are dropped off, and thus the frequency at which we gain money, is like pretty low. So now, the other thing is, have you increased your... You have. Look at this, 50 limit. The thing is though that right now it's not even at 25, and that is because of the limitations of, well, our terrain, and also I guess because of the limitations of this one. Now this one's at 25 there. Ooh, look at this. This one's actually also scheduled to be finished soon. Now because this is at 25, the other one would never be able to go above 25, you know, demand thing. So, but right now it is upgraded, so now the limiting factor is over here. And the cargo item supply demand is only 28 at the moment. That's not all that high, really. Now we also have a tab, charts, which show the development, which is actually rather poor for industries, even though we deliver goods to it right now. Yeah, I don't know really how that works out. Maybe we're in the wrong business, maybe we're not. Anyway, what we're gonna do is we are gonna send you towards the depot, but we need to time this proper, because the moment we send it to the depot, it's deassigned from this line, and all the goods that this one produces will go instantly towards the town itself. So best moment for us to send this train to the depot would be if it was just riding in the station and it would continue on. That way any goods that spawn will still be waiting at the station, and well, it won't be just moving towards the town, because those are basically lost, you know. The moment they spawn with a destination, and that's where they'll go to. So yeah, anything that spawns that goes to the station is money for us that we can easily pick up, you know. I'm not sure whether or not I like that mechanic that you need to time going towards the depot right before that. Best solution to me would be though that you can have a train go to the depot whilst keeping it assigned to a line, and then maybe if you forget it and leave it at the depot, then it becomes decommissioned from the line after a certain time. But you know, I think right now it's a little bit, I don't know, it doesn't feel right, this mechanic, you know, this line managing mechanic and depots. But who knows what the future will bring. What we're gonna do is this small tiny eeny weeny train, we're gonna send it towards the station, or towards the depot, and I'm thinking of 3 wagons, though with the increase in productivity there, we might even get away with using 4 wagons and future-proof it a little bit. That would drop the time for it to, well, you know, between lines. I mean, you can see that over here, you know. Frequency of this one's 9 minutes. That would drop or that would go up quite a bit if it has to wait very long at the station over there. So, now well, we'll just start with 1, I guess. There. Now, back to your line train. Yeah, it says 5 minutes right now. If it turns out that even 3 isn't enough, then, well, yeah, we'll just add another wagon. But for now, I guess that this will be fine. So, having adjusted that, now we have a 12 capacity, but there's 13 waiting already. So even right now, you know, having gone to the depot, it wouldn't be able to take everything. Though there was like 4 waiting, now there's only 1 with a service in the depot. I think that 3 wagons for now is actually good enough, as long as this doesn't go up to 50. But judging by the town's demand, that won't happen. No, what? It's dropping even further. Wow, that's bad. I guess that's maybe also because these industry buildings, they are like, well, no, they're renovating, expanding or something, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. For now though, this town, you know, it's being serviced of goods. We need to increase the demand for these goods, and the only way we can do that really is by start moving passengers about to another town. Now, if we were to hook up another town, we need to take a look at which town is close by. And there's like Thame over there, and also Leominster. But Leominster has the issue of this freaking big lake in between. And, well, we could build bridges. I mean, let me just show you. We could build bridges. And also look at the cost of said bridge, right? 6 million. Not really the kind of money that we have, so that's not gonna happen. So it's either Thame or Featherstone. Now we'll close down all windows, including you. Thame over here has a 25 cargo supply, which is completely being met actually. So that's interesting. Featherstone, on the other hand, also has a cargo supply that is also being mostly completely met. But we can take the profit of this, as this town is considerably bigger. Look, 34. So we are gonna go for Featherstone. Now we could just start moving passengers about right away. That's not what we're gonna do. I feel that the right thing for us to do would be to hook up this oil well to the town and then make a passenger line, because then, you know, when the towns have the towns are both growing, then both lines will profit. You know, it's more win-win. Whilst if it were to be the other way around, you know, we would just hook up passengers right now, then yeah, it wouldn't be as profitable, I feel. So what we're gonna do is build a station right over here. Now this oil well, yeah, look at this, man, good production. And you? Very good production. Right, the industry is on this side. I mean, you can clearly tell by the buildings as well, you know. No green gardens with trees, but work yards, and I mean, just look at the buildings themselves. Clearly they're industry. Who wants such a big smoking chimney on his house? Well, this looks lovely and, well, commercial facility like. This looks like a nice building. So, you know what's actually missing in this game, by the way? I just now noticed it. I mean, it's not the people, but where are the flowers? I haven't seen a single flower. We have bushes, we have trees, and they look quite good. But where are the flowers, really? And where are, like, you know, well, squares with nice tiling and all that? Sure, we have nice walkways. But where is all that stuff? I guess you can add that with mod packs, but anyway, that's not the point. We were to set up this route here, so let's take a look at the lay of the land, see how it is. So, if we were to just go by the lay of the land, which is of course always a useful thing, then I guess our station would have to be placed on this side of the road. Like somewhere like over here. That would be the best. Then we would have to go, I guess this would be the best. Pretty sharp curve, cross the roads, and then just follow the terrain a little bit until this point. And then here would be the station for the oil well. I guess, yeah, that seems the most logical route, at least for me. Wow, and you're also producing something, yet you do not get any oil. But apparently you're producing. God knows how. Alright, so it's decided. Then afterwards, seeing how the industry is over here, because this would be in a pretty awkward direction, we would have to go in a very sharp curve around, and then I'll probably hook up the station. Like, well, where would be a good spot? I feel that, you know, just following the terrain, this would be a proper line, though the curve on that would be, this would be a really tight curve and it would not be high speed. The other way we could go with it is if we were to move the station all the way over here and then have a wider curve like this. Still, it would be very tight over here. Alternatively, we could just check what the cheapest spot for the station would be. I think that's the proper course of action. So we'll place the first one over here. Look at this. I mean, this is pretty dang cheap actually. If I were to rotate this and place it ourselves, we would get a 67, I mean 66. Wouldn't really get any much cheaper. I mean, this is just dirt cheap, but obviously not aligned proper. So I guess this is solid, you know, this is a good placement. Right, now we're gonna pause it, of course. I don't want to pay unnecessary maintenance for things that we don't use yet. Over here, this is important. We need to figure out the best spot. It's not going to be, well, actually, well, this is 70. It would actually, wouldn't be that expensive. I mean, look, see, 65. That is quite a distance though. I'd much rather have it over there. This is, I mean, this is also just 66. Look at that. 66, huh? The thing is though, if we build it like this, then expanding it is pretty much not an option. So I guess this would be the best way, but then yeah, we have the issue of the track, which is less present if we were to build it over here. How high is this hill? Yeah, okay, that's pretty steep. We don't want to mess around with that if we don't have to. Yeah, most definitely. This is a tough choice, man. I'm actually thinking that this might be the smarter choice here. Just because we have a little bit more space then. And also expanding, whilst that would be expensive, it's not like impossible, you know, because you expand always up here. Wow, look at this. Hey, let's place a station here. It will only cost us 700,000. What, a million? Look at this. Only a million for one stupid short track. Oh man. Yeah, I feel like we should place it over here. It's 71 or 66. It's only 5k difference. Though, looking at it, it will be dug into the terrain quite a bit. That's quite far away. It's gonna be a hell of a track, that is, you know, leading from the station. This, on the other hand, barely has any terraforming done. It's also cheaper. Alright, this is how we're gonna do it. It's decided. We don't need to dabble around too long with our station placement. Now, this is gonna be the road, which is all nice and dandy. In terms of expanding, I guess we could expand some over here, you know, so... Oh, and I just did something very, 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 very stupid. I should have placed this station over here, but as you can see, it doesn't align. And the only option that we have right now is to remove this, rebuild it. See, this is, well, I guess I just now showcased how we upgrade stations in this, and that is removing it and replacing it there. This is, of course, the station that we needed. Balls. That was a big waste of money, because we don't get any refunds, you know, so... well, I guess the only way to learn is by making lots of mistakes, alright? So, now, we are gonna hook this up, and I'll speed up the building process a little bit. Alright, wow, that's actually a pretty solid track, I must admit. This looks just good. There isn't that much height differentiation. I mean, there's these very, very gentle slopes that the train traverses, you know? Even though it might go a little bit bumpy, but all in all, I think that this is a pretty cheap and well laid out track. So, that's very good. Good for us, you know, the expert track builders. And we are now going to place this depot here and get ourselves the very first oil train. Now, knowing what we know, we should start out with 2 oil wagons. Because I feel that the distance is, if we were to zoom out a little bit and... Hold on a second, I think... Yeah, this is Newton le Willows, right? So, well, actually, let's clear up the view a little bit. Our train line is over here, right? This distance. See, these 2 stations. And then there's this. I think the distance is more or less equal. So for 25, I think that 2 wagons, you know, with 8 total carrying capacity, I think that's pretty good. In fact, this one might even be just a little bit closer by looking at it. So we might want to start out with 3 wagons then, huh? Right then, yeah, let's first set up a train route. That might also help. Now this is for Featherstone, so we're gonna call this very, very original once again. Featherstone oil. Who would have thought of that name, right? We'll add a station there, done. Now this station, the Featherstone Exchange, is gonna be on full load any. Right now, the more expensive part of this operation comes. Buying the trains. So we'll need you, and then we'll need this oil wagon, which can actually carry 5 oil. Now that's interesting. That means that 2 wagons have a capacity of 10. Which is more or less exactly, you know, the 2 extra capacity that I would have guessed we would need for the, well, at least by me perceived extra length of this track. It might not even be there, but just because of that bigger capacity, I'm now convinced of the fact that we only need 2 wagons, at least at the start. Wait, hold on a second. Didn't I now just edit the name of the train line? I swear I did. Alright, we'll do it again then. I mean, fine. I really thought it was saved. I now know it is because it's telling me in the line window. There, and that train is now assigned. Very good. Now, I do believe that at first... Now, it will go over here at first. Though... Yeah, right. Now this one was spawned just before we launched the train, but we should see line usage, yes, over here pretty soon. So, good. Well then, now back to Newton le Willows. How is the town doing? Wow, the demand is just dropping. It's dropping like a stone in a pond, really. That's not good. I do wonder though. Profits? Big time. And the good lines is actually the one making the most profit, really. Ah, good for us. Now you are... Wow, look at this. You're producing 34. That is a lot, man. I like that, though. I approve mightily, but 34 is a lot. That would mean that you are producing 31. Profits! Nice. Right, anyway, over here, I guess, this train, you know, coming here from the oil well, this will just first have to wait to fill up, and only then will we be able to tell how much profit it's gonna make. So, once it is almost filled up, we will be back, and we will be able to find out what the profit per load is gonna be. And here we are, almost ready for departure. Oh, come on, train. And there you are, on your way. Right then, on to Featherstone Oil Refinery to find out your profits. And here we are in the glitching forest where shadows behave weirdly. Don't really know what that is. I guess it must be from the zoom or levels of detail or something. Never really noticed it. Not really important either. I want to know the green figures. And they are 90k. That's not bad at all. In fact, I think, yeah, instantly turn a profit. There. That's pretty solid actually. Anyway, we don't really need to follow this town anymore, of course. We want to know why over here the production is dropping like it does. Now, we can see over here that there was a crap ton of production coming. But right now we can see that... Wait, you are sending... Oh my good lord, look at... What? This is absolutely crazy. All of a sudden, you are now supplying goods towards Featherstone, whilst we have an oil refinery to do that for us. Don't we? Yeah. I am not that happy about that, really. Didn't saw that one coming. What this means though is that right now probably our wood thing, yeah, look at that, production's gone up rampant and there's a lot of wood waiting. So that's a bit of a surprise. Now what we need to do, of course, is we need to enlarge our trains on this line. But I also want to turn this into a profit. Otherwise, this whole investment has just been like for absolutely naught. So what we need to do quickly right now is we need to build ourselves a new train route that goes towards the industries over here and delivers cargo at a much faster pace than this one does over here. But that and more all have to wait for next time when we play more Train Fever.